Tetros tried to quell his rage, spewing in all directions. He needed to think. Last night, those 3 shells had warned him what was coming. At the 4 point, the real story begins. Somehow, they plotted with the snake from prison to trap Tetros last night, while the snake attacked the Tetros princess, his friends, and his allies. What must have Agatha thought, waiting at the gallows from him to come? And who was this lion who had saved her? All he had gleaned is that it was a boy his age who had thought of the villain, then promptly disappeared. No one knew who he was. He had asked no reward for his efforts. He hadn't been seen since. So who could he be then? In Agatha and Sophie's world, beyond the woods, heroes came out of nowhere, riding in on white horses to save fair maidens from evil. But not here. Heroes had motives in the woods. Heroes had a history. And this hero seemed to have neither. He certainly hadn't come at Tetros' behest. So why would he risk his life to save a bunch of strangers? Had he been rejected from the school for good and was trying to get his name in a fairy tale? Had he read about his and Agatha's troubles and was making a move on his queen? Don't be a never, always seeing the worst, Tetros thought bitterly. Maybe he's just like you, trying to do good in this world. But no matter how much he told himself to be graceful, Tetros hated this boy for playing the part he should have played, for trying to be good and actually succeeding, for showing him up like a fool. How was he supposed to prove himself the rightful king when there was a snake in the woods saying he wasn't king and now an impostor lion doing his job? He could feel his anger stalking again like wildfire, while more voices shot at him from around the table, sharp as arrows, heckling and questioning. Are you king or not? Who is this lion? If you won't fight the snake, he will. Be quiet, said Tetros. No one listened. Tetros shot his gold finger glow over their heads like a firework, soldering a hole through all the maps. I said, be quiet, Tetros warned. The whole table fell silent. Thought there was a band or magic at Camelot, Pussy's Empress peeped. A map smattered her in the head. Listen to me and listen carefully. The snake is lying, Tetros declared. He says he's king of us out the sun and waits for hire. If that were true, my father would have to have had a child before I was born. But my father was with my mother from the time he was a boy at school until he married her and she gave birth to me. It's impossible my father would have another son. First of all, he loved my mother devotedly and would never betray her. Second, he would have never kept a secret like that from the woman he married, nor from the son he groomed to be king. Whatever became of my father in his last years, he was a good man and an honest one. All of you know that to be true. It's why your kingdoms turned to him to lead whenever good and evil faced a common threat. But there is more evidence that the snake is lying. For instance, who would be the mother of this supposed hire? Certainly not my mother. And any other woman who would have borne King Arthur's son would have shouted it from the rooftops for gold or fame alone. And lastly, would the son of King Arthur, the king who fought to protect all of you, be out wreaking havoc and murdering my friends? This snake is not my father's son. This snake is not my father's hire. He cannot spoil Excalibur. His eyes went to Guinevere near the door. Wait, mother. The entire table turned to her. Guinevere blinked back. Of course. The group murmured agreement. Tedros tried to feel relief, but then he saw his mother's eyes shift to the floor, her throat bobbing. Should have asked your mousy old mum, the advisors had said. She knows everything, no matter how dumb she plays. But now Tedros could hear the ice giant and the king of Bloodbrook murmuring over whether there was still a reward for his mother's and Lance's heads. Tedros glared daggers at them. This snake is lying, Magru, and yet he has managed to defy us right at the moment when we need each other most. Good and evil may be at internal war, but we must also come together when our world faces an outside threat, something my father understood and fought for. We cannot let the snake tear us apart. We must join as allies, build an army that I will command, and destroy him once and for